What's up? This is Red Brick Bob coming at you, talking about the rabbit hole, man. We're gonna get in the rabbit hole for a minute and just give you some food for thought. So, down the rabbit hole we go. So, they start as curiosity, a click, a whisper, a feed that won't quit. One link leads to another, and before you know it, you're tumbling. The rabbit holes multiply like mirrors, each reflection bending facts until the shapes don't look like reality anymore. Misinformation, always loud. It's cozy. It flatters you. It hands you answers you already want and quietly files away the questions. That's how the whole world gets built on sand. Plausible bits stacked into castles that collapse the second someone asks, "Show me the foundation." Then Meltology shows up like a metal detector on a burned out beach. Excuse me. It doesn't peddle comfort, it melts assumptions. Where others patch the cracks with slogans and half truths, Meltologists go where things are actually altered, where landscapes match the stories told about them. Suddenly, the nonsense that used to fit together like puzzle pieces looks like a collage cut with scissors, jagged edges glued over missing parts. Things to begin to make sense, not because the new story is prettier, but because it respects the bones. It asks for evidence, for patterns, for courage. This awakening is violent and yet at once, and gentle at once. Violent because it rips. I tell you, folks, it rips completely through the soft wallpaper of your old certainties. Gentle because it teaches you to look, to really look at texture, grain, and scene. You learn you learn to smell the scorch when someone's been burning context to hide a lie. You learn to read not just headlines, but the gaps between them. The rabbit hole narrows into a shaft of light. Misinformation loses its camouflage when you stop feeding it with unquestioned clicks and start feeding your mind with rigorous wonder. Meltology isn't a conspiracy, it's a discipline. It's the stubborn habit of following the odd detail, tracing the heat marks, asking why a mountain behaves like a building, or why a map tells a different story than the land. It's for people tired of spoon fed answers and allergic to cheap narratives. When you learn its language, you discover the patterns that were always there, not invented, but remembered. That clarity doesn't make everything easy, it makes everything honest. Walk out of the hole. Bring others, not by yelling down into the dark, but holding up what you found, the charred ledger, the melted scene, the stubborn fact that refuses to lie. Misinformation thrives on isolation. Meltology thrives on seeing together. Once you trade the echo chamber for a melting pot of evidence, the world stops being a hall of mirrors and starts being a place you can map, measure, and move through. That's the power, not to demolish belief, but to rebuild it on a ground that will hold. Meltology. That's what we say, folks. Come on board with Meltology. Get out of that rabbit hole. Um, you've seen those images, the images of this melted realm. Over and over, Meltologies show you this. So please, like, share, and subscribe. Get out of the rabbit hole. Get on board with Meltology. All those other rabbit holes will make more sense to you as soon as you start understanding some truth about Meltology. So there's many Meltologists out there. Open up a Google search and search out "mountains are melted buildings" and begin. If you see this video, please leave a comment, like, share, and subscribe. Need more people on board. So
until next time, red bricks to y'all. Have a beautiful day.